Hello, board gamers. Today I'm going to look at the Oathsworn into the Deepwood 1 out of 10 ratings. This was, of course, a game that was released a few years ago, and it's quite expensive. It's like over 200 euros, so it's not for everybody. And it's, as you can see, really highly scored, 8.9. So many people love it, many people like it. Me myself, I have played the game. I completed once. I think it was great. I end up selling it simply because it doesn't have the replay value to to make me play it again. I would say because it's like once you have seen all the encounters and you have played through once, the only replay value would be with different characters and maybe with your friends or something like that. It's a really long game, so it's gonna take several play sessions to complete with other people. So I just end up selling it once I had completed it as a solo player. But yeah, let's have a look at the 1 out of 10 ratings. And I think the game was great. It's one of the best this type of games you can play, and the solo mode was done really nicely. It just doesn't have any replay value, but that's another topic. So let's have a look. So, missing a ton of stuff, had started playing and realized that I was missing a ton of envelopes. Very disappointing. Took all my momentum out of playing the game. Won't be buying another game from these guys, no matter how good. Okay, that's weird. Seems to be some kind of production issue. I didn't have any issues. I had all the envelopes, all the components, no problem on that side. I love sleeping God. That's a weird one, alright? Scam company who does not hold up their promises even after 5 years. There is still no digital German version to actually play the game. They barely finished translating the storybook but will not deliver the fully translated app to play the game in German. Alright, so a language issue. Yeah, I can see that that's huge for some people, of course. Many countries in EU are kinda like needing the translation, like French and Germany and Italy. They like to play their games in their native language. So yeah, avoid this mess. Well, what mess? I would like to know a little bit deeper. Story is the only positive part of this game. Essentially everything outside the actual playing is good. Definitely not worth putting much time into. If you want story plus game, try something like Frosthaven or Sleeping Gods. I haven't played either of these, so can't comment. But for me, I felt like I basically skipped the story. I'm not a huge narrative guy, so I just played the game. And the combat was, in my opinion, it was great. The boss encounters were smartly done. They went far off with the mechanics of the game, so it was enjoyable for me. Extremely shallow and repetitive gameplay. I can see it at some stage because I felt like halfway through the game, it started to feel a little bit like a chore, like it repeated itself. The boss encounters were still smartly done. They had different stuff going on, but the way you play your own character and how you use the items and stuff like that, it started to feel like repetitive. I can completely understand this comment. Every chapter first forces you to waste 2 hours for boring plot where you only make skill checks and your choices do not matter. The story is painful, straightforward and uneventful. Feels more like slog than part of gameplay. Then you proceed to boss fight, but they are all so similar to each other that you feel like you repeat the same fight over and over again. It's amazing how they tried to copy main feature of KDM, Gloomhaven and Tainted Grail, and everything they stole from them is worse than it was in the original. Yeah, it's in the same line as my own feelings towards the game, but I still felt like the boss encounters were were interesting. They were intense. Um, but yeah, I understand this comment completely. Tired of getting screwed over waiting for shipping while others received their copy months ago. Okay, shipping issues. Another overhyped Kickstarter where most of tens are from people who don't even have it or play it enough but want to justify their 200 plus purchase. Okay. Mm, I thought to myself that was it necessary that this game is over $200? And I felt like they could have just cut some content out of this, like cut some chapters, 30% chapters from the end, because the game felt for me a little bit too long. Maybe do something like make it more replayable. Maybe cut some of the item cards. There were like, I don't know, something like 1,000 cards that were the items, and some of them were just duplicates or quite similar to the other weapon you can find. So maybe cut those cards, like, I don't know, 30 to 40% of those cards. Um, it had also some not necessary components, maybe too many figures, some metallic dices and stuff like that. There were a lot of stuff that they could have cut out and maybe lower the price like $70 to $80 or something like that. So it could have been like 130, 140 or something like that. So yeah, I understand. Um, Overhyped, hard to say. It was still a great game. I I think that many people will enjoy it. I did like it, but the the halfway through, it was like a little bit starting to repeat itself. So the first 15 hours were amazing, I would say. After that, it was getting a little bit boring, but still okay game. Most overhyped Kickstarter game of 2019. This is an old comment. Yeah. Yeah, again, overhyped. Look at my toy miniatures. Also, some other stuff, cards, cardboard, that doesn't impact my playtime. Yeah, this is a comment for overproduction, like I mentioned. Uh, yeah, for sure, the production could have been a little bit more smaller, I would say. It was like maybe a little bit overproduced and too expensive for what it was. So yeah, but I still feel like the 8.9, it's close what it actually is in my opinion. And as you can see from the breakdown, mm, most people have give it a 9 or 10 or 8, and very few people have give it a 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5 rating. Let's look at some of the 2 ratings. Excellent after scenario 1, little bit boring after scenario 3. Yeah, this is, yeah, like I mentioned, it started to feel like a little bit boring the more you progress the game. Huge disappointment. The story part is okay, but there aren't real consequences to your choices. Yeah, the choices they didn't matter. Like in Elder Scrolls Betrayal Second Era that I'm currently playing, the choices actually matter. You get the keywords that are used in the end game stage. So it's like betterly done in that way than Oathsworn. The battle part is clunky and some parts are not even designed. Okay, a lot of setup. Yeah, kind of average setup time, I would say. This game is one-shot repetitive monster fight disguised as campaign. The more you play, the worse it gets. Should have been half as long. Story doesn't go anywhere and ends with enormous cliffhangers. Yes, I agree. Should have been half as long. Or at least almost half as long. Shadowborn is scamming money with bad quality white premium dice. I don't know what this means. But yeah, that's like how I felt about the game. I 100% agree with all of these comments. Uh, Overhyped, not sure. Overproduced for sure. Um, you have to be a fan of dungeon crawler narrative games to truly enjoy what Oathsworn offers you, and you have to be liking the narrative stuff to be to fully get like your money's worth of game out of this board game. But yeah, that's all for now. It's still a solid game in my opinion. If you like Dungeon Crawler, definitely check it out. At least if you get it on discount or used or something like that, that you are not paying the full price. For €100, it's an amazing game. For 150, yeah, still, I would say great pick. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. Bye.